brothers Wisp. The brothers Wisp, brothers Wisp. The brothers Wisp. The brothers.
You're now listening to
Good afternoon, guys. This is Mike with the Brothers Wisp. We're on day 2 of Wisp America 2019 in Cincinnati, Ohio. And by request, I tracked down Dan from Cambium to talk to us about cnHeat. Dan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Real briefly, I do product management for cnHeat and various other duties, but that's the main thing for here. So.
Okay.
Okay.
And so then, what is cnHeat?
So cnHeat is a service that we've just released at Cambium Networks, and what it allows you to do is we have very accurate GIS data down to 1 meter, and we combine that with the goodness that we have at Cambium of RF planning, where we understand propagation as seen in a link planner, and we understand our products, and we combine the two, and we can get highly accurate propagation analysis, or we can generate heat maps that tell really the truth of actually what's happening in the RF environment, and you can do it from your desk.
Okay. Yeah, I've been using Link Planner over the years, and so this is just kind of, is this an extension of Link Planner, or is it a whole new idea?
It's not right now. It's a separate product from Link Planner, but it really is based upon the fundamentals of Link Planner. First off, we're starting with an actual map to give the biggest bang for the buck. But the second thing is we do want to incorporate Link Planner's goodness into here and include link analysis. It's a future release.
Okay.
So all the things that make Link Planner so great from an RF perspective, like the propagation modeling and the actual products, they're all inside of cnHeat.
Okay. Okay. So how would somebody use cnHeat? What's it for? What is it?
So cnHeat would be used for, it has various 5 purposes. If you can go through our banner right here, pull-up banner, and if you have accurate RF planning, then that allows you to be able to save on things like you can optimize install locations for new customers. So you may have a customer you can provide service to, but it takes you a while to figure out the best location to get the most service. cnHeat allows you to find that location in advance, so you can spend as little time as possible on the install and doing other things. A second thing that it does is oftentimes there's failed installs, especially as the amount of trees increases. And this allows you to know in advance with more confidence customers you just can't get. And so instead of sending the truck out on a place where you'd fail and lose some of your valuable time, now you can have a very good understanding of that in advance. And so you can save money that way too. A third thing that cnHeat does is we have an ability to identify buildings, and with the building that you have, we can coordinate like latitudes and longitudes for that, okay? And so say that we find coverage for different buildings through our heat map analysis, we can tie that with the building analysis and provide you the latitude and longitude of all your buildings with service, and you can tie that to actual addresses that you could then use to target potential customers.
Okay.
A fourth thing you can do is say you have a greenfield AP and you want to optimize that. You can use our service to play around with heights or locations, and then you can optimize the amount of subscribers that you can actually service with that AP. So you can make new AP sites provide the most money for the investment. And like a last thing that we also provide, it shows here, is in addition to obtaining the addresses, we can find all addresses or buildings in a geographic area. So if you're, for instance, doing a government program like CAF2, then you might want to find all of the addresses in the census area. We can help you do that with cnHeat so that you can make sure that you find those customers and you service them per the government's requirements.
Okay. And so this seems to kind of start with similar but different functionality to like the old radio mobile program. It just generates an RF coverage type, but then builds upon it by adding it in a whole bunch of intelligence, you know, to help you actually market the service and make sure that what you're doing is actually best, other than just looking at a map.
So I don't know if I answered your question quite right, but at Cambium Networks, we're always committed to doing things best in class, and that's what we wanted to do. The tool is customers really had a problem planning and doing installs and the things we talked about. So our real goal is we wanted to provide a service where excellence can be provided to help them run their business on a day-to-day basis.
Sure.
Future things we want to do is we'll continue to automate the tool and bring out new features as we go. But just like I said, we just came out with this service, and we wanted to make sure that we shared it here at WISPA America. We're just like within the first couple of weeks of this product coming out.
Okay. Okay. So then, is this an application, or is it a web service, or how does?
Right now it's a service. You would contact us. We'll have a website that comes up. It's just around the corner. You would provide us the information for where you would want to have the service done, like the AP information, subscriber information, and then from there we would look at it, make sure that we have the appropriate GIS data for you, and then we'll give you the information to order the service at your distributor. And then once we get that information, we'd go ahead and provide the service, and then provide you back the heat maps and the building identification information.
Okay. Okay. So then in what sort of format do we get that data as?
You would get the data in KMZ files, so you can put it onto Google Earth. And if you wanted to understand the addresses of various buildings, we would send you that in a CSV. Okay.
Okay. And so then we kind of move attention over here to the monitor. So we've got what looks like a sample set of heat map that you have made.
Yeah. So let's go through this real quick. Just real quickly, there's a bigger heat map here, and if we zoom out, what you see is here's the overall heat map, and this is a 450 tower. And so the red is showing where we're getting 8x coverage for our 450M site. And then the green is showing where we're getting 6x coverage. And you can see over here to the lower left corner, the blue is like 4x coverage. So you have an understanding of what kind of throughput you can get in various areas. And then what we do is if I zoom in, what we show here is we show an actual location where there's homes in a subdivision in the country, and the beautiful homes. And most of these homes, like over here on the right side, they show coverage. That's what the red indicates, that there's coverage at the home, so you can provide them service. As you go further this way, there's more trees. So this home has coverage, but it just basically has it on the peak of the roof. And even this home right here really doesn't have coverage. There's no coverage indicated. So you could avoid a truck roll by going there. This home right over here, if we even zoom in further, oh, I guess I can't. Right here, there's one piece of coverage just right there on the top of the roof on the east side. So what you can do is just send the installer to that location, and they can focus there. And what would have been a really extensive install is now an install that happens quickly, like on the other houses with plenty of coverage. Now to build upon this, we talked about the building identification service. All the yellow push pins here are showing the identification of the buildings in the same location. And so what we've done is you can do it two ways. You can show all the buildings, which might be really useful for CAF 2, or another thing that you can do is you can show the buildings where you have service. So sure enough, all the buildings on the heat map here have push pins in it except for this one that doesn't have service. This would be really ideal so that you can get this information, the addresses from this information, you can go ahead and target market those customers that are giving you your 8X service that you know you can meet and you can drive a lot of revenue from.
Sure, yeah, and perhaps more specific to the CAF2 type people would be that, you can look at, there are 15 homes in this area and I can get coverage to 10. I have to cover all 15, so now I know, hey, I have to order 5, 40-foot towers worth of equipment or something like that to meet my obligation of being able to fill everything.
That's an excellent observation, Mike, because you can do that exact thing. Is you can put a tower in one place and you can do that exact inventory of, do I have, the 14 out of 15 that I actually need to be the 95% compliant. And if you're at 13, you can say, you know what, I need to redo this and maybe raise it up a little bit and pay the extra money for doing that, or find a different location to cover them all, or maybe I have to do 2 APs. But it gives you that information where we can provide that.
Sure. So this seems to be, kind of a combination of several different types of products in one form or another that are out in the space, but also doing all that in one platform and doing some capabilities that others aren't even doing at all without a lot of custom work.
Yes, and here, can I make a plug or whatever?
Sure.
We always want to make it better, and I want to make sure I understand what's important to people. So if you want to reach out to me, daniel.sullivan@cambiumnetworks.com, contact me. I can, get to you and you can tell me what you would like in the service, or if you're interested in the service, just get a hold of me and I'd love to talk with you.
Sure.
We always want to make it better for what your needs are.
Sure. Yeah. And if any of you guys watching the video are, I just want to say too bashful, but just don't want to talk to Cam about it, talk to me, tell me what you want, and then I'll talk to Cambium.
Mike, you can contact me at any time.
That
would be great.
I'll take you up on that.
Okay, that would be good.
All right. Did we got everything done that we need to get done, or?
I think so. I appreciate the time to be able to share our product. I appreciate that.
All right. Well, thank you, and
okay.
I'll talk to you later. And fans, we will see you later. We'll get some more clips for more Cambium stuff. Thank you.
Greg, it's the Brothers Wisp. Let's take a ride through space on this mothership. Wireless networking. We talk about equipment and methodology, so sit back and start learning. Lighten up the tower so people can start searching. Shooting up the web in neighborhoods, net surfing. We got horrible jokes, we're loud and annoying, but we're informative facts, we're not disappointing. Just give us a listen, cause fun is the mission. I'm telling you, you don't know what you are missing. Ideas and some good comedy given. If you missed the show already, don't worry, you're forgiven.